the final push before Tuesday. So Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman is connecting with America this morning to talk about the big governor's races that we've been keeping an eye on. Those are New Jersey and Virginia. Jeanette, great to see you.
Great to see you
So,
guys.
I know that we fall into the trap of the horse race, but it is the horse race that is very interesting in New Jersey because the polls suggest that the governor's race there is really tightening. Some polls
Yeah.
suggest this. Some still show Mikey Sherrill with a comfortable lead, but in any event, the Republican, Jack Ciattarelli, is closing the gap, polls suggest, with the Democrat, Mikey Sherrill. So is this narrowing of the gap typical at this, stage of the race, 1 week to go?
Well, for Jack, it is. I mean, listen, in 2021, he ran against incumbent Phil Murphy, the Democrat, and the polls actually were showed Phil Murphy pretty comfortable in the last week. And then Jack came pretty close to beating him by like 3 points. He only lost by 80,000 votes. Now the polls are much closer. So I think Jack is really going to make a close run for it against Mikey Sherrill. I think it's going to be a late night on election night. Now, we're in the early voting phase. People are coming out to vote in person and vote by mail. Democrats typically do pretty well in early voting and mail-in ballots. So we're seeing Mikey Sherrill get, a comfortable lead in mail-in ballots, but Republicans like to show up at the polls on election day. So it should be pretty interesting on Tuesday night.
Should we talk about Virginia? Because the latest poll is showing Abigail Spanberger coasting to victory there. And with so many government workers we know living in Virginia, is the government shutdown having any impact on that race?
Oh, I definitely think so. I mean, Virginia is so close to DC. There are so many government workers there. I was watching a press conference yesterday. I think Virginia has a Republican governor now in Glenn Youngkin. So I think it's going to be a change election there. But the more interesting race is going to be the attorney general's race in Virginia. Jay Jones at the bottom of the ticket he was dragging Abigail Spanberger down for a little bit with those violent text messages. No one's really denounced him. I really think they should have kicked him off the top of the ticket because those text messages were horrendous. But I think he's going to run for his money against Jason Mayeris. He might lose there. But yeah, the government shutdown, I think they're going to blame Republicans, even though the Teamsters Union and the Federal Employees Union just yesterday had a press conference calling for Democrats to pass that clean CR and open the government.
Let's talk about the New York City mayor's race. So what's your take? What's the latest there?
Well, I think it is Zohran Mamdani's race to lose right now because Andrew Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa aren't really coming anywhere close to him, and they're pretty much, cannibalizing their own votes. So I think Mamdani is basically running away with it. And you just saw the other day, House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries basically endorsing him because he feels like he has to at this point because he's going to win. So we'll see what the turnout there is in New York City. I think a lot of people are a little bit concerned about Mamdani's plans for New York, his pledge to raise taxes by quite a lot, and some of his promises of free busing, government-owned grocery stores, whether he can actually accomplish those plans and what impact they might have on the city in driving out some of the wealthy corporations in New York City.
Yeah,
All
I think
right,
that's.
Jeanette Hoffman. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that's going to be so fascinating to see if he is victorious. That reality check once he gets into office. I have all these plans I put forth. It's a little bit tough for me to actually do this because I need the legislature to cooperate or city council to cooperate. So that will be fascinating to watch how that unfolds, I think, Jeanette. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Appreciate
Well, it's
you.
great to be with you guys.
Yeah.
You
Have a
too,
great
Jeanette.
day.